Wouldn't it be insane if you were in a stage show with the guy who literally 2 years later would become Wolverine? Like, wouldn't that both suck and be kind of the most awesome thing in the world that you're in a stage production? You didn't really go on anything major, but your lead became Hugh Jackman. Like, holy shit. Hi, everyone. It's me. That blows my mind to think about. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raising Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And this is kind of a different thing we're doing today. It's a movie review, yes, but it's a little bit, it's a retro review. This is Grant's retro review, Raising Popcorn with Grant, everybody. We're reviewing a stage production that was shot as a film, as a unabridged 3.5 hour film, and is from about 25 years ago, and it's in theaters. So it was in theaters today, and it'll be in theaters one more time on Wednesday. So that movie is movies and treaties that we do here. Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Not that version. Oklahoma, this version, is a film stage production. What's up, Drew? The View with Drew right on cue. How's it going, buddy? And this is a filmed stage production that was shot in 1998 on the West End in London, produced for television in 1999, and then kind of got lost out of print on DVD. Is being re-released for 2 days only as part of a 25th anniversary of the film and an 80th anniversary of the stage musical. So what is Oklahoma about? Well, the film is about, and the musical, because they're both one and the same, as you probably could have guessed, centers on Curly. He's played by a pre-fame, in this version, by a pre-fame Hugh Jackman. And when we meet him, he is visiting the local old, sort of older to middle-aged, wise, woman, and all these kind of stories. Aunt Eller. Whose aunt is she? Well, she's the aunt and sort of surrogate mother figure to Lori. She's played by Josefina Gabrielle, and Aunt Eller is played by Maureen Lipton. Or Lipman, my apologies. Lori, quite the stubborn one, seemingly doesn't take a shine to Curly that much, despite Curly's deep, deep infatuation. And she seems to be, almost to spite him, be more willing to take out the very strange gentleman who's anything but a gentleman, living in the smokehouse. That is the name of Judd Fry, the sinister Judd Fry, played by Shuler Hensley. And this is the story of their love story. And in Oklahoma, in the days of the good old West, in the turn of the century, and this is the story of their love affair and the love affair of their friends, Ado Annie and gentleman's name. I just saw this movie. Will Parker, and the various ups and downs they face in this time period, as well as his battle against Judd, who wants to take Lori away from him by any means necessary. Can all be right, and will dear Curly and Lori walk down the aisle, or will Judd have his way and kill Curly before he gets the chance? Let this all singing, all dancing, if suspense and adventure begin. So Oklahoma is that was a little bit topsy-turvy. Oklahoma, the musical. It's hard to review a film like this because it is actually a stage production. You see the audience. Between acts, you hear the applause. There's an intermission, a 10-minute intermission in the center of the film. It is it's basically a stage show that's been filmed for this television special that has now been remastered onto the big screen. That being said, Oklahoma the Musical is bulletproof when it comes to its story and its music. It's one of my favorite shows. Shows, movies, stage shows, whatever. I've seen more than one version of this story. And with Hugh Jackman, that's too much of an incentive not to see this because it's Hugh Jackman. I have not seen this version. This was a first watch for me. This is one of my favorite. This is probably my second favorite version after the 1955 film version. Because despite this movie, this whole musical sort of lives and dies by casting and technical qualities. By that basis, they knocked it out of the park. This is phenomenal. This was terrific. I loved seeing this in a theater with the sound system, with the reclining seats, with my mom. My mom went with me. This is the original movie is one of her favorite movies, and she really loved it. This was such a fun experience, and to have the intermission and get to talk about the first act with everybody, like we're really in a theater, watching a Broadway show was so much fun. I really loved Hugh Jackman, of course. He shows signs of his, natural charisma and talent right away. What I was also taken with was the rest of the cast, who kind of didn't go on to do anything. There really is not a weak link in this cast. Everyone is terrific. I also should point out Jimmy Johnston, playing Will Parker, Vicky Simon playing Ado Annie, and Peter Policarpo, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, as Ali Hakim, all terrific as well. And it's just, the songs are brilliant. I also like that they kept in songs that were cut from the 55 film version. And they also, in one element, improved on something that I didn't like in the original movie version of Oklahoma, and also a couple of stages in Oklahoma, and that is the ballet sequence. It's long. It is undeniably long, the dream sequence. But this one, they kind of do it in this version almost like a Bob Fosse sort of surrealist way that is a perfect way to end the first act. And I actually thought they reinterpreted the one element that kind of brings everything to a crushing kind of dull stop in the original movie and some of the stage versions, gives it new life, and actually portrays the emotions and the fears of the characters through no dialogue for an extended period of time really, really well in this version. And I think also a lot of that has to do with the fact that, I looked this up, that Hugh Jackman and his co-star, Josefina Gabriel, they actually did the ballet dancing. Like, they legitimately did the dancing. And so you can see that, and it's very well acted between the two of them. I also was surprised at how, in a strange way, especially in the early going, now later on, I felt they developed and dimensionalized Judd a little bit more. Yes, he's still a villain. He's still very much a villain, and things he does, especially later on in the story, such as forcing himself on Laurie, are unforgivably evil. But the way they kind of flesh his character out in this version was surprising to me. I really dug this version of the musical. I think all the singing is terrific. I think the acting was just amazing. Again, Hugh Jackman has that charisma. All the cast is really good. It was nice seeing on the big screen. And in lieu of trailers, so I get let's just close the book there. This is great. It's playing. My apologies. My dogs are fighting upstairs. Sorry. Sorry about that. Person yelling is my mom. She's telling them to quiet down. They get rowdy. So anyway, apologies. Anywho, that is. So this is great. Go see it. It's playing one more day, Wednesday the 19th. Go check it out. There were kids at the screening today, which was great. Take your kids. Give them some culture. This is a really great musical. Worth checking out. So anyway. Oklahoma, and guys, I'm going to give it, you see it, bang, 5 out of 5 stars for Oklahoma. This is really good. Why not 5 out of 5 stars plus, Grant? Well, because I do think at times, despite it being pretty well paced for a 3.5-hour film, and I feel this way about the stage version of the musical more often than not, the last section drags a little too much. That's kind of a problem that Rodgers and Hammerstein has always kind of had. Is that the sort of, after the big Oklahoma number, the big battle with Jed and the aftermath, it kind of drags a little longer than it needs to. Other than that, this was terrific. 5 out of 5 stars for Oklahoma. Absolutely worth seeing. 5 out of 5 stars for Oklahoma. Let's go look at it. Trailer trash, none, but I don't know if this is going to be in the second screening, but with our screening, we got a little 10-minute featurette at the beginning in lieu of a trailer. We had an overture with trivia, and then we got a little make thing hosted by, I believe it's Andrew Lloyd Webber's daughter, who I guess runs like the West End, talking about the making of this production and sort of the significance of and the history of the musical Oklahoma. Really interesting little featurette, worth getting there on time for, because it's a really good thing. And was it from a yes? During the credits, there is a really, really fun roll call, but nothing after. All right, that's it. That is it. So yeah, that's it for the weekend. We will be back on Tuesday with some very special guests to begin part one of our two-part midterm report, the best films of 2023 so far. We'll be covering part one. Part two, which is coming a week from tomorrow, will cover the worst films of 2023 so far. And then also next week, we'll have reviews coming up next week for The Deepest Breath. Retro review again of Terrifier, the first one, which is being re-released for a couple of nights. We also have reviews of Oppenheimer and Barbie. Barbenheimer. Barbie first, Oppenheimer after. We're seeing Barbie on Thursday, Oppenheimer on Friday. We also have reviews this weekend for The Venture Brothers. I forget what the name of it. It's a great title, but the movie, The Venture Brothers movie. Radiant is the blood of the baboon's heart. That's what it's called. I love it. We're going to have a review of that. We're going to have a review of Stephen Curry, Underrated. We'll also have reviews coming up down the line for The Beanie Bubble, Haunted Mansion, The First Slam Dunk, Talk to Me, Zoe 102, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So that's all coming up. And and Secret Invasion, Season 1. And that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed, W3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me else or reviews, listen to other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Raising Popcorn with Grant. Twitter, I'm at Raise Grant. You can find me on Facebook, Raising Popcorn with Grant. Instagram and Threads, I'm at Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Serialized, all one word, all lowercase, Raised on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raising Popcorn with Grant, the podcast, on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below, what did you think of Oklahoma? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Do you think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.